We're here today at Leaderville Oval and we're the guys from the Nest. I'm with Tom, Rob the Poet, and Dan the Man, and I'm the King. And today we're going to be talking about the AFLX because that's what's going on at the moment. So, guys, today, what are your thoughts on the AFLX? You know, do you think it can go anywhere? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? What can be done to improve it?
Actually, that's a good question. I've managed to watch maybe one or two games, and it's
what have you been doing?
Watching the game. Yeah, it's actually a good concept. I know, it comes back to that maybe like 7-a-side in rugby, kind of thing. It's a quick, fast, depending on how the teams are quick scoring. I actually think it's a good idea. Maybe a fine tweaking. I think I would love to see AFL introduce it a little bit more and see it. I listened to the interview after Adam Simpson Eagles had played, and Adam Simpson said he would like to maybe see this happening maybe in the lower grade. And I think that's a good idea. It makes me just to be part of AFL, but just on the side.
But see, I'm totally different.
Yep,
I am totally different, and I don't know what your views are, but he said under 23 games. Now, the idea for this was to sell it to the world.
Yep. Now,
if you're going to sell it to the world as an under 23s in there, I just don't see that working. For me to see it working, I was listening to a guy today on the radio and what the views on the AFL, how they were going to go about it. Now, automatically they're going to put more players in next year because they want more of a competition instead of a hands-off sort of thing. So they don't actually really know what they're doing themselves as a trial. But for me, if you want to sell it to the world, you need to have big name players playing the game. It's got to be a separate competition. It's got to be a paid competition. It's got to be prize money because the clubs are not going to get behind it.
Yeah.
Because 7 clubs were dead against it. And I'm probably speaking out of turn here.
Yep.
I think the Eagles are one of them because they've sent across the most inexperienced team over there. Now, as a fan,
yep,
loved it. Willie Rioli, Petrocelli, loved it. Loved seeing the guys. But if you're going to sell it to the world, how are you going to sell it to the world?
So that's where I'll come in. It's a new concept. This is the first time they're trying it. And it's like anything with new. Coaches will be maybe guided themselves to start and see how it goes. Once it's been introduced, I'm sure the guys behind will go back, reassess, reset it, and come back with something different. It's always, when something is new, we're just not going to come and jump on board and see it. But I would like to see them give it some time, and yeah.
I'm actually with Tom 100% here. I've got a very biased view on it because I just wanted the footy back.
Yeah.
I don't care what format, just give me my footy back.
Yep.
I'm with you there.
At first, though, I didn't know what it was, what its goals were. But now, thinking about it, it is for the international market. You can pay on NFL games, on their soccer venues, you can use that. So it is to, get our sport out in the world. That's what it's all. But the one thing I didn't like about it, I don't know if you boys picked up. See, I watched both games, Thursday and Friday night and Gil McLaughlin made the same comment twice about selling the team. I'll sell that team to this guy. I'll sell that team to that guy. I think it's to make money, to sell it and brand and name the team. Sell the team.
So basically,
here we go again. It's just crass commercialism by the AFL, as far as I'm concerned. I watched it, and I thought it was absolute garbage. I got no interest in it at all, other than just, as Wazza said, seeing a couple of our young blokes that I hadn't yet seen on a ground. Now, I would have preferred to have seen them playing out here in a JLT game than that.
Yep.
And I have to ask the question, why do they need to do it? Why do they need to go to this space where they want to take away rectangular grounds and get into rectangular formats? There's absolutely no need for this.
Now, Rob, I'll answer you that. AFL, they've tried AFL outside to expose it to the outside market. It hasn't worked.
Well,
okay.
I disagree with that.
No, so far, even New Zealand, who are our neighbours here, we haven't been able to break in that market. So I think the reason why AFL is trying to introduce this thing, the format I looked at the other day, it's quite easy for everyone. The rules are a little bit, tame. They're not as much as your normal game. There's very minimal rules in that game. That could be easy because AFL rules change every season. But if you have something like that is easy to follow, I think it will be easy for the outside world to be able to follow. Because AFL, we can break in that market.
But selling it,
this should be an easy concept.
Selling it to the world, you're going to need expats in those other countries to pick it up first, which they do play AFL already. Okay, now we have a big World Carnival every year where you got teams from America, Canada, England, Ireland, everyone come over, right? Now, I can see where they can go with it. And if you want to do a franchise, make it a franchise game. Because are they trying to be like the BBL? Is it trying to be like the T20? That's another way they can go. Do ex-players play it? At the end of the day, I just can't see it fitting in the mode that we've got now. I'd rather the JLT series myself, even though I'm not a big fan of pre-season. But I'd rather see that than see that game. And if I wanted to see this game, I'd rather it at the end of the year, where it's a lot cooler, the conditions are a lot cooler as well.
I actually agree with Tom again. And it's not because he towers over me at all, but to set up a league internationally, wouldn't you need the teams to have less players on the field? You couldn't have a 22-player team and then start a league in a country that doesn't play it. But a 10-man team, you could easily do.
It's easily marketing, but
then we're getting back to the money and marketing thing.
Every business is about money, guys, and that's what we have to realize. IFL is not there just for us, there to make money. And you look at rugby, there's the 7-a-side, or the 7-a-side. I think this is the same concept IFL is trying to bring in, just to be able to tap on IFL. So in time to come, if this goes on, it will be the who have the IFL and who have this, just more money.
Well, it's going to be there next year anyway, guys. The AFL have already said they're going to probably increase the numbers next year to get a bit more congestion, a bit more contest to the board. It's here for the next year at least, so we're going to have to, like it or not, we have to see it. It might improve, it might get worse, but we know they're going to be using yellow balls because a silver ball was a crappy idea. Maybe use a white one. But we're going to leave you now, and next up we're going to have a little bit of poetry from Rob the Poet.
There's a kid called Petruccelli who's nippy, fleet of foot. Another lad named Ainsworth, exquisite off the boot. Waterman played one game and kicked a goal or two. Then we have young Willie, who bagged more than a few. Thought Cole and Frankie Watson were solid down the back. I'm not sure this game's for Nelson. A rectangle's not his track. Captain Duggan showed his wares, led the troops quite well. We didn't delist Carpeney, but on that I shall not dwell. AFLX is not for me. I got a kind of chill. Need my regular footy. That's where I get my thrill.
Manufactures a chance for Evans, who kicks a goal. Well played to Heading. Snared it beautifully on the half volley. And look at the kick. Great football. Wilson, like a cork in the ocean over his head. Oh my word! What a goal! On the lead, Sumic. Jakovic in best position. They came at him from all angles. The Eagles are going to win their first leg.